Hello, everybody. Welcome to Drive Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel throughout social media. We will get you out of here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the Drive Thru, Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. This is our live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, with us is Tony Brown from Las Vegas, Alex Smart, Big Al McMorty, Mills Young, and Jay Briggs. And here's how they will line it up for this evening. We got Smart, McMorty, Brown, Young, Briggs, and I will close this one out. Bowl game on the board tonight. NFL, the last Thursday night of the season, Cleveland and the Jets. NBA on the board as well. A game card and college hoops. A lot of Pac-12, Big West in action as well tonight. So we got some college hoops as well up on the board. So let's go ahead and let's get this show underway. Let's go ahead and welcome in Alex Smart. You'll catch him over at Pick Dodge Room. We'll bring Alex in right now. We'll sit to go with Alex. Alex, what's happening?
Hey, great, Tony. How's everything with you? Hope your holidays were good so far, and let's try to get a winner tonight for everybody.
All right, indeed.
Tonight we're going to look at sorry.
So I get a winner tonight from Alex tonight as we have the Jazz and the Pelicans that are going head to head tonight. We see the line here on the Jazz are going to be underdogs here. It's 8.5-point favorites here on this for the Pelicans. Total sits 239.5.
Yeah, just looking at this game, a couple years back, I'd look at a number like 240 and I'd say, wow, 240. I'm looking for 100 different reasons under. Still, because of old habits die hard with guys like me, I still look at like an opportunity for an under here. There's got to be an edge at 240. But the lines makers are not wrong very often. And tonight they're not wrong again. Maybe they're wrong to the other end. And what we have here is we have a Jazz defense that's just plain old bad. We've got a Pelicans team that's loaded. Lots of length, big center. Shoot from the wings. It's really a mismatch. From offense to defense. This is a Jazz defense that hasn't played a lot of great teams this year, and they're 26th in adjusted defensive rating. And, they don't have Walker Kessler on the floor, and without him on the floor, this team really, really struggles. 121.9 defensive rating. So, he makes a difference, close to a 6 or 7 point swing for this guy. Just looking, at the Pelicans defense, on the other hand, the Jazz will run and gun with you. They will move that ball, and they'll shoot a lot of threes, and they have the second highest three-point attempt rate in the NBA, and they're going to really run and gun here tonight, which is not uncommon for them. It's only their second game in 5 days, and they have a tendency of really running and gunning in those situations. All the time. They're always trying to just knock you down with their offense as much as they can. But they're 9-1 over the last 10 times they played just 2 games in 5 days, and 243 points have gone on the board. I'm just looking at this, like I said, I was looking for reasons to bet the under, but I just can't. It's an over game.
Yeah, over game there from Alex. Jazz. Pelicans over the total here of 239.5. Teams with rest. Again, that's another situation. I got to be careful sometimes with these overs if there's a team involved, a fast-paced team in back-to-back. It's not the case here, but you're right. The Jazz struggling defending, even worse on the road this year for Utah. When you've got Sexton, Markkanen, Olenek in there, you're going to get Dunn in there as well. I think they kind of mixed the starting lineup a little bit, for the Jazz, but they do play a lot of guys, so no surprise there. But one thing to note here, when you got McCollum, Ingram, and Williamson together in the lineup, that's usually going to be points.
Yeah, absolutely. You just got to look at points, and especially when you have a soft defense to go against. They're going to want to put up some big numbers, and playing at home just really adds to that whole concept. So I just like I said, looked for unders. Like a few years back, we'd be looking at 240 and we go, geez, where's the edge here? But not anymore. Not in the new NBA.
New NBA, no doubt about that. Jazz Pelicans over 239.5 tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. We've got NBA on the board tonight, as well as action on the ice. College hoops returning with a sizable card from a lot of the West Coast conferences in action tonight, as well as NFL game. Good results here over the past 7 days. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I've still got one side selection left from tonight, the CFL Alamo Bowl, Oklahoma and Arizona. And I've got a CBB at 5-pack, so that's going to start very shortly. One NBA Sharp late steam side on board, and already I've pulled the trigger on the Kentucky Clemson game for tomorrow, and we'll have a lot more college football, NFL action, of course, NHL, NBA, and college basketball. And let's make some money. I'm on a decent run now, starting to roll again after a slow early December, really, really slow early December. But that happens from time to time, and now I'm ready to rock and roll, and we're going to make some money. So please join me.
Let's try to get on board with Alex Mott over at Pick Dog. Great results over the last 7 days. 670 units of profit, all documented. Verify those numbers. Go to Pick Dog Stream. Get the long-term pass will serve you well. Even that 7-day pass gets you the remainder of the bowl season through New Year, as well as NFL here week 17. Remember NFL week 17 Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Big card on Sunday. No Monday Night Football here the rest of the season. So get on board with Alex. Pick as a promo code. Save that 15% off. All right, Alex, as always, great having the show. Continue that great success, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Okay, Tony. Have a great weekend, and be good on New Year's Eve, huh?
I will. I will. You got the poker game. You got Alex Mott here on the drive-thru. Keep it safe. Home game. All right, continue here on the drive-thru. Let's go to welcome in Big Al McMorty. We'll catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. Let's bring him in right now. Read with Big Al. Big Al, how you doing?
Pretty good, Tony. How are you?
Doing great. All right, here we go tonight. NBA features the Grizzlies on the road against the Nuggets. The Nuggets now an 8.5-point favorite, total 224.5.
Yeah, I mean, it's 8.5 because I don't think Ja Morant's going to play tonight. He's listed as questionable, but the line kind of tells you what people are betting on. Grizzlies playing really well since he's returned. They're coming into the Pepsi Center off back-to-back upset road wins. But without Morant, I don't like them at all tonight. I'm going to lay the points with Denver. You take a look at how teams do off back-to-back upset road wins. If they're getting 8 or more points, they're 17 and 46 ATS when they're playing a top-level team with a win percentage of 674 or better. Denver's win percentage is 687. So I'm going to go against the red-hot Memphis Grizzlies here. I'm going to take the Nuggets minus the 8.5.
All right, Big Al says go ahead and take the Nuggets laying the 8.5 here against the Grizzlies. Looks like the Nuggets healthy start, other than Gordon, healthy starters in the game tonight here for Denver. Morant is the big question mark. Kennard, the three-point shooter, out here for Memphis. And in this one, Big Al, I'm going to get you off topic here from the NBA to NFL. We're in that part of the season. We're in week 17, week 18. How do these dead teams perform here when you got a living versus the dead, a team eliminated facing a team that's playing for something?
Well, I mean, that's all baked into the line. You know, one of the things I try not to do is play on an NFL team that has to win. Now, bear in mind, most teams don't have to win right now. They can still lose and then, somehow finagle their way in if other teams, also lose. But if a team has to win or they're eliminated and they're playing a team that's already been eliminated from the playoffs, you don't want to play on the team that has to win. You would give the edge to the team that's already been eliminated because there's just value on the other side.
Value on the line, and the people just keep betting because they listen to the talking heads telling them they got to win this game. It's a must-win.
Well, I don't know if people are betting on it. I mean, don't forget a lot of the line movement. It's anticipatory, right? So, the odds makers say what might people bet on, and then they'll put the number a little bit higher. It doesn't necessarily mean people are betting on it. But anyway, you want to look at in that situation, you want to look at the team that's been eliminated from the playoffs.
There you go, some knowledge there from Big Al. Big Al here on the Nuggets, laying the 8.5 here against the Grizzlies tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Big Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dog from tonight's action. NBA on the board tonight with NHL. College hoops returns here with a bigger card than yesterday, as well as NFL. Great results here from Big Al, approaching 3,000 units of profit over the last 30 days. What do you have going on over at Pick Dog's Premium?
I've got 2 plays in the NBA. I've got college football. I've got NFL football. I'm going to have 6 college basketball plays tomorrow. They'll be posted overnight. I also logged on today when I was loading my NBA. I saw you're number 1 in the NBA at Pick Dogs right now, Tony. So you're having a great year. I can, give you a little bit of a plug there. No one ever plugs you, right? So, anyway, yeah, you're having a great year as well. So, yeah, I've got a lot going on. If folks want to join, go to Pick Dogs, join for a week, a month, or a year. This is the best time of the year to join.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Big Al McMurdy over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the great results here over the last 30 days. Great time to get on board. Long-term passes, the 1-month pass will get you all Big Al's Premium plays for 30 days. The remainder of the bowl season and the championship game. NFL, we get deep into the playoffs, into the right near the championship games with that 1-month pass. College hoops, NBA, NHL. With all these sports overlapping, great time to get that 30-day pass. Pick is a promo code. Save that 15% off. Big Al, you also have an all-access access out there for the folks out there, big players.
Yeah, I mean, this is for the high rollers because it's priced appropriately. It's for people who can get down, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 a game, and also who don't mind the high volume. I'm not shy with the number of plays that I release. I can have as many as 20 plays on a college basketball Saturday, for example. But if you can bet a lot of volume and you can bet a lot of money, then just text Big Al to 775-636-7676. We're having a tremendous basketball season. I think it's something like 131 or 132 and 91 on the season. Currently 23-9 the last 32 NBA. And we're having a nice run in football as well. I think it's 30-16 the last 46 in football. So it's the best time of year to join. Just text Big Al to 775-636-7676.
There you go, guys. Get on board with Big Al McMurdy over at Pick Dogs Premium, and also get on board with that all access for the big players. Big Al, is always great having your show. Have a great New Year, and we'll talk with you again next week.
Yeah, Happy New Year, and go blue.
That's right, go blue indeed. Big Al McMurdy here. You're going to the game, right?
What does it look like? Why don't you go to the game? I mean, I'm going with one of the dads from my kid's school. But
nice.
How come you're not going to go to it?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm going out New Year's Eve. I think I might have stuff going on New Year's Day. That's why. But what's the weather look like? I know we were talking about that. I know it's supposed to rain Saturday.
Yeah, no. Oh, when I last looked about 3 or 4 days ago, it said it was clear, but it can change.
Yeah, there looks like some weather. There is a weather pattern coming in over New Year's Eve, and actually may clear out Sunday. I think it's Friday and Saturday where we're going to get the rain. Actually, so
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. That's what we'd like to see. All right, Big Al, have a great weekend.
Tony.
Enjoy the game.
Have a great New Year's Eve. Stay safe.
You as well. Big Al McMurdy here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on the show. Up next, we're going to Las Vegas, Nevada. Tony Brown, catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Tony Brown right now. I think we'll be set to go here in just a second. NFL coverage tonight from Tony Brown. And let's see here. We went a little too far. We'll bring in him right now. Let's see if we're set to go. We're going to get NFL coverage tonight from Tony Brown from the game Thursday night. Tony Brown in Vegas. Tony Brown, what's happening?
Tony T, what's going on out there?
Things going great. All right, here we go tonight. Jets and Browns. Thursday night of football here. We see the Browns at home laying 7.5, total 34.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the total on this one. I don't usually do totals. We all know that. But when I do one, I think I got a pretty good read on it. 34 is just too low. I mean, I know this is the Jets with one of the top 5 defenses and the Browns with, the best defense in the league on the paper or whatever. But you do have to score to win, and just 35 points, man. We might be able to see that one at the half. We see the Jets defense are capable of getting scores on their own. And even if the Jets offense only gets one score a half, we're talking about 14 points, I still the Browns beating them at 21 points. So 35 is really not a big number to get to. And this is not a must win for the Browns, but if they win, they're in. You know what I mean? That you always want to get in the playoffs, trying to win the ultimate prize, the Super Bowl. A win at home in front of the dog pound on Monday night to send them into the playoffs. I mean, I'm not saying it's motivation, but they're going to be hyped to get this one. So I see at least 3 touchdowns from the Browns and maybe 2 from the Jets, even if it's a special teams touchdown or something. And 34 is just too low. I want to take my shot at going over on that one tonight.
Tony Brown here on the Browns and Jets to go over total here of 34. I think the reason this obviously total's low is because, boy, the Browns at home has just been stingy, right? I think they're allowing about 190 yards a game at home. It's amazing how well they defend at home and how few points they give up in that game as well. And also take note here with Trevor Siemian under center. I mean, he's a dinker and dunker. I mean, 4.5 yards per pass attempt. So they're thinking maybe a lot of short yardage passes here for the Jets. So maybe it's going to be difficult for them to get into the score playing that dink and dunk game.
Yeah, I see where the logic come from. Like I said, they number 1 defense against the number 3 or 4 defense, and then the Jets offense is absolutely horrible. The Browns defense only gives up 15 points at home. I got them only clocking in at 14 tonight. But with that being said, I think the Browns can put up 21 themselves to cash this over, even if it's at 35 and we cash it by 1. Trevor Siemian hasn't won a start in 6 years. He hasn't won a game in 6 years, so they kind of threw him into the fire last week. I think he'll be a little bit more prepared. Not much, but a little bit. And with the Browns, punching a playoff ticket, you don't want to take it in the next week where anything could happen and you need to win and this team needs to lose. Punch your ticket right now at home. I think we can get 3 scores out of the Browns.
All right, Tony Brown here on the Browns Jets to go over 34 tonight on Prime Video. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. Of course, so we do have on the board tonight at NBA, a big card from the NBA tonight, as well as hockey on the board tonight, featuring the Kings and the Vegas Golden Knights. We were talking about that before the show. Tony Brown there in Vegas, as well as action here from college hoops. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, it's Thursday night, so, of course, I got that famous Thursday 3-play. All 3 majors are in action tonight, NHL, NFL, and NBA. So I got to pick out of each hot play on the board from each league. That's 3 plays, all 3 leagues. You're not going to know what hit them. You can grab them individually, or you can get the Thursday 3-play for only $35.
That's right, guys. Going to board here with Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results in the NFL, as you can see here. 1,826 units of profit. Great results here last 30 days, last 7 days, last 24 hours. Tony Brown, look at that, 670 units on that 24-hour clock.
Yeah, last night we went 6-0. 3-0 in the NBA, 3-0 in the NHL, and then we had one of those at plus 170 on the underdog pick. So we picked up 670 units just last night. That's
right. Bruins puck line coming in for Tony Brown. Yeah, 7. You can verify all these numbers. Go to Tony Brown's handicapper page, go down to pick history. You'll check everything out. And, of course, Tony Brown being there based in Las Vegas in the grind, whether it's hockey, whether it's in MLB, that 1-year all sports pass is a great value.
Yeah, super good value. First of all, it would have paid for itself last night. You parlay those 6 picks. And then even if you didn't, 670 units, you're almost halfway there. You would have to pay a lot just to get the 3 NBA plays, the 3 NHL plays, or you would have had to buy the NBA package and the NHL package. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that goes into it. This VIP All Sports Pass, we're only taking your your bookie's money. You pay one time, you get everything I release for a full year. NBA, NHL, MLB, playoffs, championships, all included. There's no upselling. Every single pick I release from every single sport for one pass for one low price.
That's right, guys. Get over to Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs for that 1-year all sports pass, great value. The promo code PICK at checkout will save 15% off. Significant savings when you apply that coupon, that promo code. All right, Tony Brown, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great New Year, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, always a pleasure being here. Thanks for having me. You guys have a happy holidays out there.
You as well. Tony Brown here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue on here on the show. Up next, let's welcome in Mills and Young. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Hope you're catching this video series with his prop shop. And when UFC returns, we'll have some UFC coverage from Mills. Mills, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony? How's everybody doing today?
Things going great. All right, Mills. Hope we got the sound coming in. There we go. Sound coming in from Mills. Jets and Browns. You're going to cover this one a little differently.
Yeah, definitely. Are we cool? We clear?
Yeah, we're clear.
All right, cool. Let me just get right straight on. Garrett Wilson, over 5.5 receptions, okay? His numbers that I like, his last 5, he has 30 receptions in those last 5 games. Last game out, he went for 9 receptions. He was dealing with quarterbacks behind there. Trevor Siemian is not the perfect quarterback, but he's a guy that can spread out that ball. 27 completions last game out. The team that he's facing right now, let me guess, the Cleveland Browns, right? Okay, hear this out. They allowed 8 receptions to Dalton Schultz. They allowed 11 receptions to Evan Ingram. They allowed 5 receptions to Zay Jones, 6 to Cooper Kupp. I mean, they're letting whoever wants to catch it. So I'm not going to overthink that and I regret it. I'm taking Garrett Wilson over 5.5 receptions.
All right, there we go with Mills. Wilson here over 5.5 receptions. Of course, it'll be Trevor Siemian throwing those passes. And as we talked about in the previous segment, not a whole lot of average yards per pass attempt, a lot of short passes.
Yeah, that plays right into Garrett Wilson's favor right there. You know, he's not the guy that's going to go long vertical too many times. You know, and when it comes down to it, he won the Rookie of the Year last year out. You know, so hasn't been getting those targets and those acclimates that he can if he goes over certain props by getting yards, by getting TDs. I think he only has like 3 TDs on the year. So, you know, if you're a star wide receiver, number one, you definitely want to be utilized like a number one. And you see what happens, you know, when you get a new quarterback in there, like Devontae Adams. Got a new quarterback in there, start displayed as a number one.
That's right. And for those of you thinking, boy, it's going to be late December in Cleveland, what's the weather like? Well, you couldn't ask for actually ideal conditions. 43 degrees, light wind, and not even about 5 miles per hour. So the weather turns out pretty good in this one for throwing.
Yeah, that's even better, you know. And then the running game, let's talk about it real quick. Bryce Hall, I think the dude had 6 carries for like less than 20 yards in his last game out. His rushing yard is only at 46 rushing yards, you know, per game. So they're not running the ball. And let me guess, they signed Devin Cook for what? So they're not a team that's going to run in it, especially at this point of it.
There you go. Mills here with a Wilson here over 5.5 receptions. Anything else on the board look pretty good to you?
Yeah, man. I like Bryce Hall anytime touchdown, you know, to get into the backfield. Times this year, that's not a lot for that running back. But you think this will be where we see Bryce Hall getting a touchdown. And last but not least, I'm thinking Njoku. Over 5.5 receptions. I mean, this guy's been with the Cleveland Browns for the last 5 years. They had tight end after tight end, and they still kept him. And he's finally putting up the numbers. And the reason why they kept him, you know, he's finally putting up those numbers. A couple of games out, he had over 9 receptions. You know, and he's one of those guys to where Joe Cool, he knows how to utilize those tight ends from his old Baltimore days.
All right, we are take a close here to 2023. Mills, of course, Mills covers UFC. You can check out his rundown UFC when UFC returns here in January. I want to find out which fighter will rise to the top of the UFC or make the biggest rise in 2024.
Oh, man, that got to be a guy named DDP, Dricus du Plessis. He's 5-0 right now, and he's been pretty much just finishing everybody, handling business. Finished with inside the distance. He's going to be taking on Sean Strickland in the big pay-per-view fight that they have in Canada. There
you go. 2024 always brings new stars to the game, and that's one. What does the women's division look like in 2024?
The what?
The women's division. How does that look shaping up in 2024?
Yeah, man. So you got Alexa Grasso. She's pretty much having her feet down on it right now. Has in a headlock. You know, she's going to be taking on Valentina Shevchenko in a triple, not a race, sorry. Besides that, you got another girl named Erin Blanchfield. Rise ranks. She's going to be fighting for the number 1 title contention, too. Those are the 2 names for the women. Erin Blanchfield, Alexa Grasso.
Who gets off the mat in 2024? A fighter who has a real down arrow right now that you think can make a comeback?
I'm going to go ahead and say Adesanya. You know, he was the former champion, and you know, he's taking some bruises on the hand, been taking some losses, and, you know, a lot of taking them off. And last but not least, I'm going to say Kamaru Usman. You know, he was the guy that was holding the belt for so long. He lost it to Leon in the second, went over there and fought Kazmat Chimaev, which a lot of people are too scared to fight. So I think he could rise as well.
And there you go. The knowledge there from Mills. He covers the game very well. UFC moving into 2024. All right, Mills are on record. Wilson over 5.5 reception. NFL 8:15 Eastern Time over on Prime Video. All right, Mills. Let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, Mills doing great work. You can see the numbers are over the past 7 days in action tonight with NBA. Of course, the college football bowls. We're getting the bigger games now coming up this weekend. Also, NFL coming up as well. NBA, college hoops, a big card coming up this weekend as well. Conference play begins. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, man, I got 2 plays up there to get you paid. One's already on the board right now going, so hopefully we can get the win in that one. But besides that, yeah, man, I'm locked and loaded for the college ball games this week. Already looked at them. I got a lot of plays, too, that's taking place in January. Already got picks on those for those NFL primetime. Go wrong with that this weekend. And college basketball. I'm going to be locked and loaded for you guys. I'm going to probably be doing a Rising MMA pick. It's the organization that they got over there in Japan. They have a few fighters from Bellator who's fighting over there. So I might be.
There you go, guys. Get up over with Mills Young over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the great results, 355 units of profit last 7 days. So great time to get on board with Mills, showing profit already this young college basketball season as well. So why not? We guys like that 3-day pass here on Thursday. Get all of Mills Premium plays here for 3 days with that 3-day all sports pass. Is NBA, college hoops, college football, getting these big bowl games coming up here. So great time to get on board. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off. You can add another capper with the 2-for-1 cap promotion, making it even a greater value there. All right, Mills, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But, of course, we can catch your prop shop video. And, of course, in January, UFC rundown when the fights return.
Yeah, man, prop shop video, we've been killing it, man. So check it out every single day, daily. I go over all sports, too. Gave out Conor Bedard yesterday. We killed that pick. But appreciate everybody out there leaving their comments and liking them, too. It goes off the bet into a sports chat place. I come up with my own props, and I see if they're with me or against me. And then, hey, man, we come out on top. So check that out daily. It's every single day except for Saturdays. Besides that, I'm going to be dropping the UFC earlier this week, so you guys have a lot of time to, look at it and see your best picks and props this time.
That's right there from Mills Young. Mills, I got to ask, because I know you're a big Jags fan. Is this one of those get-right spots as they're hosting here Jacksonville hosting Carolina? We are seeing this number move from 6 open to 6.5 and 7 in some places.
Man, you know how it goes, man. So my Atlantans lose to the Carolina Panthers. What do you think my Jacksonville Jaguars are going to do? Yeah, man, I just can't. I can't get behind anything right now. We're on an 0-4 losing streak, and right now, this is the life of a Jacksonville Jaguar fan. I'm used to it, okay? When people think we're going to be good, we do this, okay? Same with the Sacramento Kings. Oh, Sacramento Kings, this and that. Oh, man, I think we're really going to be like a 6 or 7 seed, So it's just one of those things, man.
Yep. And, of course, Atlanta getting 3. And I think a tough spot going to Chicago here in late December. A dome team going to Chicago.
Justin Fields is coming to Atlanta. Just get it ready. Justin Fields is coming.
There you go from Mills there. That follows both the Atlanta team and the Jacksonville team, and also with Sacramento, a team I've been kind of critical of playing defense at home. And, of course, as you mentioned before, they have struggled again this year in back-to-backs.
Yeah, man, they definitely have, man. So it's one of those things to where it's a long season, like a trade. It's the same team that we had last year, and we didn't improve that much. Sabonis ain't playing like a top 10 MVP. The only people that's balling right now is Fox and Keegan Murray.
There you go. All right, Mills. Have a great weekend. Great New Year. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, Tony.
Yeah, Mills Young here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on the show. Up next, it's time to welcome in Jay Briggs. You can catch Jay over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Jay in right now. And more NBA coverage here from Jay, covering one of the later games tonight on the schedule. So let's get Jay in here in just a second. I think we'll get him ready to roll here with NBA coverage here. Let's bring in Jay Briggs. Ready to go with Jay. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T, what's happening?
He's going great. All right, here we go. Late night tonight. Hornets still on the road here. I believe it is a front end of a back-to-back here facing the Lakers. They'll get the Clippers tomorrow. We see the Lakers favored 12.5, the total 226.5.
Yeah. The thing is, the Lakers, they've been free-falling since Vegas. The other side of that coin is they really haven't been at home since Vegas. I feel like they've been in Los Angeles since Christmas, though. They're fairly comfortable at the crib, and this is the bounce-back spot of bounce-back spots. We know what the Lakers are. They're going to go through the motions for most of the regular season, and they're going to try to make some magic happen in the postseason. But there are certain nights in the regular season where they're going to blow out bad opponents, teams that they're just head and shoulders better than. And I'm pretty much expecting that to be that night tonight. Yes, they've lost 4 of their last 5. Yes, they've been struggling recently, but they're head and shoulders the better team here tonight. I think this is the Anthony Davis night. Charlotte has nothing to stop the Lakers in Los Angeles. Nothing. I usually wouldn't lay a huge number like this, but I think it's warranted. It's the Lake Show for me here tonight, Tony T.
All right, we have Jay here on the Lakers here, laying the 12.5 here against the Charlotte Hornets. A Charlotte Hornets team that really has their struggles defending on the road. It's been pretty ugly for them away from home this season. I'm looking here at some of their defensive ratings here. We're looking here at Charlotte this year, 29th in defensive efficiency away from home, give up 124 points per 100 possessions. They're allowing teams to shoot over 52%. When the Charlotte's on the road. When I start seeing those numbers, I just start looking at maybe player props here for Anthony Davis around the hoop when these teams when you see this type of horrid defense.
I'm right there with you. I'm looking at Anthony Davis to have a monster night tonight as well. They're terrible defensively, and it's not a good spot for them. This is their 4th road game in their last 5 games, and the 3 prior to that, they got beaten by double digits in those. Toronto blew them out 114-99. Indiana ran them out the gym 144-113, and the Clippers beat these boys up just the other day 113-104. Or it was a 9-point loss there, but y'all get the point. I'm taking the Lake Show tonight. They should run them out the gym.
Yeah, for the Lakers here at a plus the 12.5 here, as we mentioned here. I believe the Charlotte tomorrow will be in Phoenix, so Phoenix is again they had already played the Clippers, so it is a front end of the back-to-back here as they get the Phoenix Suns there tomorrow. And of course, we mentioned here about Anthony Davis. Of course, the Lakers trying to save some face here. It was pretty much ugly there on Christmas Day.
Yeah, it was. They were in it, and then all of a sudden they weren't. It was a good game, but I think Boston is the best team in the NBA. I've said that all season long. That's who my futures ticket is on to win the NBA Finals. So I wasn't that surprised to see the Celtics kind of bang them up there. We'll see. The Lakers, they were in the Western Conference Finals last year,
yep,
but ran into a buzzsaw in the best player in the league, Nikola Jokic. We'll see if they can overcome that hump this season.
We'll see how that rolls here as we get closer here. As we get to the new year, then here comes the All-Star break, and here comes the trading deadlines when teams start to position themselves. We're starting to see Toronto. That's a big question there. Where's OG going to go? Where's Pascal Siakam going to go? How do you see that team moving forward? Those are the 2 big names heading into the trade deadline.
Another big name I've seen attached to this very Lakers team is the guy in Atlanta, DeJounte Murray. I've been seeing his name being floated around for LA. We got to watch out for the Hawks. There's a lot of teams that are kind of on the bubble, and we know they're not going to do something. We know they're not going to do anything. They know they're not going to do anything. The $1 million question is do they want to blow it up? Teams like you said, Toronto, Chicago, Atlanta, a couple more teams, man. So I'm on the I'm interested to see how it's going to shake out and which teams decide to go full blown. We'll get it back next season mode.
Yeah, that's the question, Mark. I think we're trying to look for some more teams blow it up. A lot of teams have already blown it up, and they're just trying to build it up and stalling in the build-up process, like the Spurs and other teams. How do you see your Dallas Mavericks? A couple of teams, head-scratching teams here. Dallas Mavericks and Phoenix Suns. How do you see them as we move into January, into the 2024?
The Mavs just got to get healthy. I mean, they just got to get healthy. Kyrie Irving's missed significant time, and some key role guys have as well. I think the Mavs are going to probably be a 4 or 5 seed when it's all said and done. And then when we get in the postseason, they have, in my opinion, the second best player in the NBA. And we know the NBA. When you have one of the best players in the league, anything can happen. Remember, this team was in the Western Conference Finals 2 years ago. We'll see. So that's my outlook on the Mavs. I think they can do it if Luka is up for the task. The Suns, they're taking the same approach as the Lakers. They're just going through the motions, and they're going to try to just out-talent everybody when it comes to postseason. And I understand it. I get it. But they better hope they catch the right ones. Last year, who they have? The Clippers? It was the Clippers first round, but the Clippers that ended up getting hurt. We'll see, man. The West is stacked. So
it's a stacked
I can't
West.
call it right now. The one seed is the Timberwolves, and I don't even feel comfortable about them either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, remember when Sacramento was near the top last year?
yeah, man, it's wide open in the West this year. It's wide open.
And you want to try to get to the 6th seed. You want that week off after the regular season. I mean, I think it hurts you tremendously. At some point, it's going to catch up to you when you play that play-in round. You're not. I don't think we're going to see a team go from the playoff round playing. I know that he got close, but I just don't see a team being able to run the table when you have to play that week after the regular season.
Yeah, Miami, you said it. They were able to do it, but I don't know. It's not ideal. Let's put it like that. You don't want to have to go that pathway. The Lakers damn near did it too.
Western Conference Finals.
So we'll see.
Now I want to bring up this game here on Saturday with Detroit and Dallas going head to head here. Dallas is going to be favored home 6. I'm starting to see some 5.5s pop up in this one.
It's an interesting game. You got two of the best cover teams the last 4 seasons in the NBA. When you just look at it in that aspect, here's how I'm choosing to look at it. The Dallas Cowboys have only lost they're 11-3 following a loss under Mike McCarthy in his tenure. You know, I know they lost back-to-back last week for the first time, I want to say, under Mike McCarthy. But I mean, the question here's the question. Do you believe that Dallas is going to come home and play the same way they played all season long at home in a bounce back spot? And the answer to that question for me is yes. Just go look at Dallas's home numbers. Like, we've won 16 straight games at home. We're just a different team at home. The Lions, I don't trust their back end of their defense. The front is elite, especially with Aiden Hutchinson. But that back end, I think they're in trouble, especially with the way Dak and this offense has pushed the ball down the field thus far this season. I understand why the line is where it's at. And like I said, bounce back spot at the crib for a team that has been dominant at home all season long. And I'm not even talking about dominant. I'm talking about like dominant at home this season has been Dallas. I think they come home and bounce back, Tony T.
All right, Jay's looking for that bounce back there as both the Eagles and Cowboys trying to get that NFC East crown, get those home games there during the playoffs. There's a lot at stake here for those Cowboys. See how it runs it down. But on the record here, Jay likes the Lakers. Lay the 12.5 against the Hornets tonight, 10:30 Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. NBA on the board tonight. Got a bowl game up there for you as well. Arizona, Oklahoma. NFL game up there. A lot of college hoops. Jay doing great work in the NBA this year. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I got a money-making 3-pack tonight. I got 3 plays, all in the NBA. So you guys see the units. Plus 680. It was way better than that like 2 weeks ago. I went through the coldest streak I probably will go through thus far this season. I'm here to tell you guys right now, it's in the past. It's over. We're past it. Finally. We've hit back-to-back on our NBA play of the day. We're going for 3 in a row on that play tonight. You guys can scoop it up. And like I said, I got that 3-pack. So looking to sweep the board tonight, go 3-0, get back on track in the NBA. If you guys believe me, I'm about to heat back up like we were at the beginning of the season, jump on right now. It's a great time of year. New year on the horizon. We're just trying to close this year out on a high note, start the new one off on the right foot. So let's make some money here at Pick Dogs Premium. Pair me up with 2-for-1 Capper Special with one of the great guys as well, and let's continue to kick the crap out of the books.
That's right. Come out. Get on board with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results you see there in the NBA. 680 units of profit. All documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. Jay showing good profit this year in the NFL. Also showing profit in the NHL as well. So good time to get on board with the long-term pass, that 1-month pass.
Money dog last night in the NHL. Had the Coyotes.
There you go. Jay in the ice. Jay's on the ice. He doesn't post many, but when he does, he hits 4 out of 5 winners from Jay in the NHL this year, so keep an eye on those as well. So get on board with Jay Briggs. On that 1 month pass, guys, this is when you get all the overlap with all the college bowls, NFL. This will take you right into the championship game in the NFL when you get the 1 month pass, as well as lots of college hoops. We're getting the conference play here as well. So lots going on here in the sports calendar. The 1 month pass is a great value. Use promo code PICK, save that 15% off, Jay. But you also have your Jay's All Access out there. Let everybody know about that.
Yes. I have my All Access Club. Text the number 6. Oh, I haven't said it in a minute. 77. I can't say it off the top of my head today. But if you go into the description of my NBA Jam session today, all the information is in the description there. It's my rated system. I'm rating the plays every night in the NBA. I just told you guys a minute ago, it's been a pretty rough 2 weeks, this last 2 weeks, but I believe we're finally out of it. The last couple of days have been profitable. Just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. Still having a really solid season overall. We're still at the beginning of the NBA season. We still got a ton of action coming up. 764, 636, 76. I can't pull it up off the top of my head. 775, 636, 7674. There we go. There you go.
There you go. Text the call.
There you go. Text the number, and we'll figure out a time to talk and figure out if the package is for you.
That's right, guys. So get on board there with Jay with the All Access Pass. All right, Jay, as always, great having you on the show. Have a great evening, and we'll catch up with you again on the show tomorrow.
Hey, man. I love y'all, boys. See y'all soon. Jam session in the morning. We got a decent card tomorrow on a Friday, I believe.
Yeah, I think there's 10 NBA games tomorrow. 10 NBA, 4 pole game. Yeah, headed into a weekend.
Hey, this is one of them weekends. Like, hop on with your favorite guy this weekend because we got a ton of action. I don't know if you guys – I love you guys. I know you guys put the work in yourself talking to the viewers, but it's one of those weekends. There's so much action. You probably one of us to help just navigate your way through some of this because it's one of them. You might miss some really good games just because of the volume, and then you might be in some spots you probably wouldn't have been in. So check us out, man. We're just trying to help you guys win. That's all we're trying to do at the end of the day. We're not trying to upsell you, anything like that. I just want you guys to make money betting sports.
That's right, Doug. A lot of action. We're getting to the big bowl games now, and huge college basketball cards coming up now as conference play now begins. All right, Jay, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Yes, sir, Tony T, man. My man, I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Jay Briggs here on The Drive. So, guys, if you miss a pick, we always recap in the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue here on The Drive-Thru. We'll get to my pick, and then we'll let you guys go. Okay, let me go ahead and get the graph. Well, let me put the game up there. It's not going to be this game because, as I usually do, I forget to move the chains, right? I get so caught up in the conversation that I forget to move the chains. So let's go ahead and move the chains and let you know what game we're covering. It's going to be this one here. Heat and the Warriors going head-to-head tonight in the NBA, and we're going to take the Heat. Hey, they're giving us another half point there. Looks like we're getting another half point, so let's go ahead and take the 6. I know the Heat's got some injuries, but Golden State has some issues with depth, but Miami Heat's got some players here that can fill some of those roles here and get within this number. Hey, listen, we know the injuries. We know Lillard. We know Butler. Butler's been out of the lineup a lot, so good thing that this Heat has some scoring depth. And this is your starting lineup. You got Adebayo, Hawkins, Hero, Duncan Robinson. Coming off the bench, you got Hampton, you got Kevin Love. So I'm okay getting 6 with this lineup tonight. And I think, again, they said in the number. Again, Golden State's a team that is, that's had their issues shooting the basketball, scoring at home, not been the greatest cover numbers on their home court this year. Matter of fact, let me bring up some of their numbers here when I'm looking at this game here. Let's see, where are we at here? Yeah, Golden State offensive efficiency has been really poor. 19th in home offensive efficiency, averaging just 114 points per 100 possessions. But at home, they shoot just 45% and a plus 1.1 net rating. That's pretty poor. We take a look here over the past 5 for Miami, averaging 120 points per 100 possessions, a plus 5 net rating, and they're shooting 48% in that span, giving up 45%. Yes, I know they have some injuries, but they have depth in their lineup, and we just named some of the guys coming there, filling in those shoes. Hero, Robinson, Jaquez, Adebayo, Love off the bench. So we'll go ahead and take those points there with 6 here tonight, here with the Miami Heat against the Golden State Warriors. Let me see if it's where it's at. Is it just 6 in one place? No, 6 pretty much the going number in this one. A little overreaction there on the injury news. All right, guys, check out Pick Dogs Premium. I got a 3-pack up on the board right now. 2 from the NBA, 1 from college football, bundled into a 3-pack. I am number 1 rated capper in NBA this year over at Pick Dogs Premium. I'm amongst the leaders also in college football, so get on board. Use promo code PICK at checkout. Get signed up. Get my long-term pass. I have a 3, 7, or 30-day all-sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that time. But just like when you go to my handicapper page, make that purchase. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. Let's get to the recap. All right, we started off with Alex. Alex likes Jazz Pelicans over 239.5. Big Al McMorty said Nuggets lay the 8.5 against Grizzlies. Tony Brown was Browns Jets over 34. Mills was on Wilson over 5.5 receptions from the NFL game tonight. Jay liked the Lakers lay the 12.5 against Hornets. I'm on the Heat plus 5.5 here against the Warriors, but you can find 6, and you should get 6 because 6 is just about everywhere right now when I look at the board. And the one that I like the most, I got to go with Alex here. He made a good case here on this Jazz Pelicans over 239.5. Not a lot of defense there from the Jazz on the road. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Drive. Be sure to tune again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. Bringing our cappers here from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. They'll have their place right here in real time. Make sure you guys check us out on the channel with lots of live shows. It always gets started in the morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. You got Mitch, you got Jay, you got Chris with that morning show. You also have Mitch's 7 Picks in 5 minutes, Betting Tools Show, his roundtable discussions with the professionals, Jay with his NBA Jam session, NFL Rundown as well. Of course, Chris with the NHL Wraparound. We got Ron Romanelli with his college basketball, college football rundown videos for you as well. We just talked to Mills, right? The prop shop in at it as well. UFC, when the UFC returns in January from their holiday break, they'll have his UFC rundown for you. Remember, we've got Brad Francis with his parlay video for you. Lots of content here over at Pick Dog Sports Chat Place. Of course, Big Al McMorty with his All Access video. Dana Lane against the public with his betting picks for you there against the public. And, of course, Costi with his sharp trading plays. Boy, the list is long. And, of course, we can't forget Rod Zawacki, NHL A to Z, every game on the board, including a parlay video for you there from the NHL, Rod Zawacki. So, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications because you want to make sure you get these plays when they're released. All right, shout out to everybody in the chat room. John Stewart in there as well, offering great advice. The folks, Fernando Mendoza, shout out to you as well. We got Panger Light in here as well. Blake, shout out to Blake liking the Browns, -7, likes the over there from Blake. Chat room regular, a really good handicapper as well. Big Lucci, shout out to you. Erica Taylor, shout out to you as well in the chat. Jimmy Lee is in there as well. Not a fan of the Cowboys. Rod Zawacki chiming in. Wow, he's chiming in with a big one tonight. He's going on the alternate universe here with Edmonton -3.5 tonight in NHL action. So Rod going alternate universe here, laying 3.5 goals here in his play tonight in the chat. So shout out there to Rod Zawacki checking us out there in the chat. So always keep an eye. Rod's off on Thursday on the drive, but he'll always chime in the chat room when he can. Mr. Mechanic, shout out to you as well. J-Man45. Jorge McKenzie likes Flacco over 233.5. We got Joe Fabi over half point plus 135 points bet. I guess he's looking at NHL best bet here. And of course, Carlos Paredes likes the Browns defensive TD. And Raven Ron here, Flacco over 1.5 passing touchdowns tonight. And M. Paxton giving out Pacers Bulls over in this one. And T-Wolves -12. That's from if Halliburton plays, I believe that is in there for him. And, of course, shout out Darren Turner in there as well. So shout out to everybody, J-Man, with his picks as well. Thanks to everybody for contributing to the plays here on the show. All right, that will do it here on the drive-through. Let's see if there's somebody here we need to, let's see here. Give me 1 second here. All right. Hang on 1 second. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on, I just hit the wrong button. All right, that's going to do it here. That'll do it here for the show, guys. Make sure you tune in again here tomorrow. We'll do it all over again. All right, let's go ahead and bring in our cappers here from today's show, and we'll go ahead and send you off. Have yourself a great